Their airplane crashed this morning around 9:50 a.m. I got the chance to talk to Greg Stout, and he said that he was glad that the crash didn't happen on top of the roof of the high school or any of the electric poles. Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over is a national campaign this month. Law enforcement partners are showing zero tolerance for drunk driving.
No Shave November is not a campaign that only helps to raise awareness, but also those who practice it contribute through donations for those fighting the battle against cancer. Ruling Chavismo Party. This is the first time in 17 years that the government has not won an election in Venezuela. According to the National Electoral Council president,
I hope for the next coming years, crimes as ecocide, genocide, ethnocide, that are crimes for supports this cause, even though the declines rates decreased 60% during this month.
I got some friends that they have died with colon cancer.
the results after the elections on Sunday are seen as a major setback to the ruling Chavismo Party. This is the first time in 17 years that the government has not won an election in Venezuela. According to the National Electoral Council president, Tivisay Lucena, the Democratic Roundtable took 112 seats out of 167. This represents 2/3 of the assembly. The vote comes as the oil giant faces major economic inflation, a crippling recession, and a rise in the violence and insecurity. President Nicolas Maduro accepted the loss of his majority, but pledged not to give up on the mission of deceased Hugo Chavez to create a socialist state. Some of the actions new members can do are call an assembly to rewrite the constitution modified by former President Hugo Chavez, call a referendum against the president or against any congressman, pass amnesty law to free political prisoners and some students who were involved in an opposition movement a year and a half ago. According to opposition leader, this winning represents a victory for the democracy and a good job for the people of Venezuela. Hi guys, I'm here in front of the Fayetteville High School, and just across the street is the place where the airplane crashed this morning around 9:50 a.m. I got the chance to talk to Greg Stout, and he said that he was glad that the crash didn't happen on top of the roof of the high school or any of the electric poles. I also got the chance to talk to a psychology professor from the Fayetteville High School, and this is what she got to say.
We're all very thankful that it didn't hit the school, it didn't hit any students, none of the teachers. All the parking lot is intact, and they're just very, very thankful that all of the passengers appear to have minor injuries and they were taken to local hospitals.
A number of people were injured on this plane, and thankfully no one died. This is all I have for you. Reporting for UATV, Mariana Rivero. Back to you guys at the desk. That's right, guys. Arkansas is one of the states that has opposed to welcome Syrian refugees. A press release from Governor Asa Hutchinson that he released on Monday, he states that many of the Syrian refugees are fleeing violence in their own country, but Europe, Asia, or Africa are logically the best place for resettlement. After the press release came out, reaction from the community were quickly known. I had the chance to talk to Mireya Rith, the general manager of the Immigration Resource Center, and this is what she said.
The governor has created panic and made this assumption that Arkansas was going to be this prime destination place for the Syrians, when very likely we would have maybe received 10 or a handful of refugees at best.
President Obama gave a speech early this week where he welcomed at least 10,000 Syrian refugees for the next coming year. After the speech was done, at least 27 governments from different states rejected the decision. The city of Springdale is inviting residents to take part in the reconstruction of the heart of downtown. This is a community project designed to give a new face to the old downtown, turning it into a convenient place for friends to gather. According to Springdale's mayor, this construction will take at least 15 to 20 years to see the final results on the project.
We're reversing a trend downtown where downtown has been in decline, as it is in many cities as development moves away from downtown.
Highlights include expanded square
where buildings on the west side will be removed, opening up the space. In the linear park concept, Spring Creek is exposed and includes ramps and stairs down to the water. On Newtown Square, Meadow and Emma Street are reconfigured into a one-way couplet. This place includes a children's play area, a splash pad, and an easy access to the Razorback Greenway. This project will be developing in different phases, and the cost of the reconstruction is around $20 million. Women detected with breast cancer has increased over the years. Already in 2015, there are more than 200,000 new cases in women and 2,000 in men. This disease is becoming more and more common within both men and women. Cancer survivor Eduvina Pacheco was detected with breast cancer this year. My last day of chemo, I asked God to be healthy. I told myself I was fine and I would thank God for that. This emotional testimony should provide encouragement for patients fighting for their lives. People just have to believe in God and ask Him. God will help us because He's amazing. Hope, Cancer Support Home, and Esperanza y Vida are three of the organizations who help low-income patients to get treatment, transportation, gas money gift cards, and medicines. There are ways to lower the risk of cancer. According to the Breast Cancer Organization, there is a higher risk for unhealthy women over 40. Eliminating the use of tobacco, weight control, exercise, and healthy diet can lower the risk. Breast cancer is the most common in women, and it is recommended if you feel a rare sensation or something abnormal, see a doctor as soon as possible. Reporting for UATV, Mariana Rivero. Shave November is a campaign to raise awareness of colorectal cancer that is mainly developed in men. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, there are 130,000 new cases of this cancer every decade, an increase of 65% among women and men. Kinesiology student David Espinosa is a supporter of this cause.
For us, it's an honor that we give to them, as grow our hair out for them and let them know that we care and we are aware of them.
No Shave November is not a campaign that only helps to raise awareness, but also those who practice it contribute through donations for those fighting the battle against cancer.
That we know it's hard and we can't ever really know what they go through, but that we're there to support them and to give them that crazy hair for at least a month out of the year.
Rebecca Espinosa, a beautiful salon owner, supports this cause even though the clients' rates decreased 60% during this month.
I think that is really, really, really good, because I got some friends that they have died with colon cancer, and I think that is really good to do this.
During this campaign, men save money usually spent on barbershops and razors and donate at the end of the month to the No Shave November organization. The health organization report states processed meat, including red meat, are carcinogenic. In this report, the WHO advises to lower the consumption of bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and even hamburgers, comparing the risk to the tobacco usage. A quote from the report says, 50-gram portion of processed meat eaten daily increased the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. According to the University of Arkansas meat scientist Janelle Jancy, the difference in their consumption is:
well, they also call sunlight and alcohol class 1 carcinogens. So I think that the opinion of the scientific community is cancer is a very complicated, very serious disease, and lots of things contribute to causing cancer. And one of those things, may or may not be meats and processed meats.
Meat experts continue to maintain that the consumption of meat is not bad for humans. According to Jorge Iglesias, meat expert, red meat has high quality protein that is 100% bioavailable to our system. This means it can only be absorbed and metabolized by our bodies. Red meat has high content of saturated fat, but what many people don't know is that 80% of all those saturated fatty acids are good,
They are required for hormone production and are vital for our immune system. Experts agree that there is no evidence that red and processed meat consumption can lead to cancer. They recommend to be aware and eat a moderate portion along with a healthy diet. Reporting for UATV, I am Mariana Rivero.